Hey everybody, it's Emily, the Crazy Worm Lady. I'm here today with the European night crawlers. And this bin has just been a nightmare for me, to be honest with you. I let it get too full and the castings are super wet and clay-like. And I'm just struggling to get these guys separated out from their castings. They just don't seem to want to separate. So I've been brainstorming, which I know is a very scary concept, but there's still, as you can see, a ton of worms in here. But if you look, when I'm pulling them up from the bottom here, it's just, if I can get it to focus, just really clay-like. It doesn't flake very easily. So I had an idea. So the sifter basket that I've been using, I have several of them for sifting out my castings. I'm going to use that as a bait tray because worms can fit into it, but not as easily as you would think. So I think that they'll be able to get in, but then they won't necessarily go right back out. But look at this. It's just like mud down here in the bottom. Great news is there's lots of babies, but this is just not workable. I just can't do anything with this. So, as you can see now, I've gotten everybody all upset. They're climbing everywhere on me. But I'm going to dig out a trench in the middle and literally fill this basket to the top with some dry bedding and some enticing food, and we're going to see if we can get these guys baited out this week. So I ended up dumping the contents of this into one of my mortar trays for the time being, because the corners in here were just so compacted I couldn't even get all of this separated. But you can see it looks more like clay than it does, you know, the pretty flaky castings that we all strive for. But even after dumping it, that's how many worms were in these little pockets. They seem to like the moisture, so go figure. So what I did is I grabbed a few pieces, where I put them, of dry cardboard, and I'm literally gonna lay these pieces of dry cardboard in the bottom if I can get them small enough, because that will absorb moisture from above. I don't want to hurt any of my worms here, but I'm going to set that down in there as well. Knock some of these guys in here, and I'm going to grab my sifter basket and literally nestle this right in here. And I'm actually going to feed beneath the basket. So I'm putting some eggshell here. I have some coffee grounds and watermelon, which I know are wet foods, but I'm going to add a lot more bedding. So bear with me a second. So I'm literally going to put these off to the side here. I'm playing this game as I go. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing just yet. I don't think there's any more food really in here. So that leaves us with food over here. Lovely. To the left. Dry bedding underneath of everything. And I'm going to add some more dry bedding, or dry-ish bedding, to this basket. This is very dry coconut core. I think between the coconut core and that cardboard underneath, it should help us drastically to dry this out and hopefully separate the worms. Hopefully the worms will go down to that corner where the food is, and in here we will end up with some drier castings. We will see. If not, I'll probably just slowly pick worms out using like the light harvest method and just have to chalk these castings up to being used for like a tea or something as opposed to top dressing in the garden because they're just going to be too wet. So let me get these worms added back into here and I will bring you back so you can see how it finishes up. So I did an absolutely terrible job of trying to explain what I was trying to do there. At first I was thinking of using it as a bait method by putting this sifter basket in here, but now I've actually considered using this as a way to aerate the bin better. So I put those cardboard pieces on the bottom, laid this on top of that. I have food outside to the one side, but because this isn't flush with anything, more air can get in and around this bin, and then hopefully I'll come in next week and I can lift this basket out and perhaps some of these castings in the middle will be dry enough that I can do something with them, or if not, I can just go down to this corner where we fed and try to bait some worms out. This is definitely learning curve at its best, but that is kind of what my thought process is. This stuff is just, nothing can be done with this the way it is right now. So that is the update. Let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely going to have to be careful next time I start this bin over. I'm going to keep it shallower, not let it get so full. The fuller my bins are getting, the harder it is to maintain appropriate moisture. So I really think that that will be key for me, is to keep the bin to a size where it gets enough aeration so that it doesn't get gross and muddy the way this one did. So I will talk to you guys soon. Drop your comments below and have a great day.